News is happening, and it's good news. It's good news if you like the Calgary Flames and you don't want to see them move, which I told you wasn't going to happen. I've never said at any point during this process it was going to happen. The one thing that made me scared was that there's Bettman going, it'd be a shame if something happened and we had to move the team, because he's done that before. He kind of lurks around and then he comes out of the darkness, and then next thing you know, why are there moving trucks? So, that being said, the discussions between the city and the team finally go somewhere. So, they've reached a tentative agreement. They haven't said anything, because until this agreement is 100%, they haven't said exactly what that agreement is. And of course, one of the first questions being asked is, how much is this going to cost the taxpayers? If there's an agreement, it's not going to be free for taxpayers. It means that the team basically talked them into some sort of an arrangement. I'm guessing as well that the city and the province aren't footing 100% of it, that the owners are allowing it as well. Discussions are productive, but they're not complete. Was said earlier this month, we can't give an exact date as to when there'll be information. I'm confident we can bring the plan back. The public will support it. So that was said earlier this month. And they've been talking for a while. I almost did a video on this a couple weeks ago. There really wasn't anything to say other than, hey, they're talking. So they're talking, and now they've come up with some kind of an agreement that there'll be a building to replace the Calgary Saddledome. I think when they lost out on the Olympics, I think that hurt their big plan. Their big plan may have been, we'll get ourselves the Olympics, we'll use that money to build a new arena, and the people of Alberta went, no, that's a lot of money. Olympics are expensive. They're not cheap. So they had to all go back to the drawing board and figure it out. But in the end, this is going to work out. They're going to get their new building. Calgary's going to be fine. And this is why I haven't updated the video on what teams are most likely to move. Because we got Arizona's got a billionaire owner now. And Calgary's getting their new building. And who else in the NHL is likely to move? What's most likely is that at some point the National Hockey League goes, we're at 32 teams, which is perfect, but we really like money, so 40? And as ridiculous as it sounds, if you had told somebody in the 80s, there'll be 32 teams in the National Hockey League, the first thing you'd hear is, who's going to play for them? How many crappy players are there going to be in the National Hockey League? Look at it now. So, things do tend to change. We'll see if things change further, but one thing that will not change is where the Calgary Flames play city-wise. They will change buildings. So we'll find out. I would think Monday they're having a closed-door meeting, so we will probably find out shortly after that what the price tag is for taxpayers. I'm going to apologize up front to people in Calgary that didn't want to pay any money in taxes for this, because it's likely going to happen, and we'll find out exactly where. I know there were a couple of different proposals that were out there that the city and the team differed on exactly where and what was going to happen. But they've obviously come together and come to some sort of an agreement, which is great for the city of Calgary, and it is great for the Calgary Flames franchise. You don't need something like that hanging over your team's heads. So it's not there anymore. Now, the only team left to find a building or to make a building work is kind of Arizona. I would argue Florida as well, but that's a whole other ball of wax. Finding a spot in Florida where it's accessible to everybody and you're going to get your attendance up is tricky with the Florida Panthers, but they're basically one of the few now, because the Islanders are going to get their new building as well. So things are pretty good. If you have a team that needed a new building, odds are they're getting it, and the Flames are going to be added to that list. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What kind of a building are they going to create? Are they going to create something as excellent as what Edmonton did? Are they going to go with something a little more low key? What do you think the Flames are going to do? And how much do you think it's going to cost? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon.